The oxygen masks drop. Screams echo through the cabin as the Boeing 777 shudders violently at 30,000 feet. Flight 447 is dying in the sky, and Captain Derek Mason has 90 seconds before the hydraulics fail completely. But the passengers don't know what he knows. They don't know about the scar on his neck. They don't know why his hands are so steady when everyone else is panicking. They don't know that 15 years ago, those same hands flew combat missions over Fallujah with a call sign that became a legend. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. United 447, dual engine failure, attempting emergency descent. His co-pilot's voice cracks. The younger man's knuckles are white on the controls. Derek places one hand on his shoulder, the same way his squadron commander did during his first firefight. I've got this. 2 minutes earlier, a flock of geese had torn through both engines during their climb out of Dallas. The explosion rattled the fuselage like a tin can. Now they're gliding a 100-ton brick falling toward the Texas plains. With 164 souls on board, Derek's training kicks in. Not the airline training. The other kind. The kind where you fly a crippled F-A-18 Super Hornet back to a carrier deck with one engine and a wing full of holes. Where you bring your wingman home when his canopy's shattered. And he's bleeding out at Mach 0.9. But what happens in the next 60 seconds will test every lesson he ever learned in combat. The radio crackles. United 447, this is Razor 1-1 and Razor 1-2. Two F-35 scrambled from Naval Air Station Fort Worth. We have visual on your aircraft. Squawk 7700 and advise, what are your intentions? Derek's jaw tightens. Military escorts. They think it's a hijacking. Standard post 9/11's protocol. Razor flight, this is United 447. Not a threat, repeat, not a threat. Dual engine out, attempting dead stick landing at Alliance Airport. 14 miles northeast. A pause. Then a different voice, older, calmer. United 447, Razor 1-1 here. Say your call sign. Derek hesitates. He left that name behind when he hung up his flight suit. When he decided that 18 years of combat was enough. When his daughter asked him to be at her 10th birthday instead of in a cockpit over Syria. But some things you don't forget. Razor 1-1. This is Ghost. The radio goes silent for 3 full seconds. The co-pilot shoots him a confused look. The flight attendants are securing the cabin, their voices steady despite the terror in their eyes. Derek can hear a child crying 2 rows back. Then the F-35 pilot's voice returns and it's shaking. Ghost? The Ghost? Ghost of the 41st? Affirm. Sir, I read your after-action reports at Annapolis. You're the reason I became a naval aviator. Derek's throat tightens. He doesn't have time for this. The altimeter is unwinding. 7,000 feet. 6,000. Alliance Airport is 12 miles out, and they're dropping at 1,800 feet per minute. The math is brutal. But the F-35 pilot isn't done. Ghost, Razor 1-2 here. You taught my instructor at Top Gun. He said you once landed a Hornet on a carrier at night with no electronics and a shredded tailhook. Said it was the finest piece of flying he'd ever witnessed. The co-pilot stares at him. Captain! What the hell, not now. 5,000 feet. Derek banks left, lining up with the runway. No power, no hydraulics, just physics and prayer. His fingers dance across the dead controls, trimming the aircraft using nothing but aerodynamics and 25 years of muscle memory. Razor flight. I need you to radio Alliance Tower. Tell them to foam the runway and clear emergency vehicles. We're coming in hot and heavy. Already done, sir. And Ghost? Go ahead. We're not leaving you. We'll stay on your wing all the way down. Through his cockpit window, Derek sees them. 2 lethal killing machines, the most advanced fighters on Earth flying formation on a crippled airliner. Matching his descent. Holding station like guardian angels made of titanium and thrust. His co-pilot whispers, "Who are you?" Derek smiles for the first time since the engines exploded. Today, I'm just a pilot trying to get people home. 3,000 feet. The runway appears through the haze, a thin strip of concrete that looks impossibly short. The flight attendants brace for impact. Passengers grip armrests. The child stops crying. Derek's hands move with surgical precision. Flaps down. Nose up. Airspeed bleeding. He's threading a needle at 200 knots with zero margin for error. United 447, you are cleared to land any runway, any direction. God be with you. The ground rushes up. The F-35s peel off at the last second, afterburners lighting the sky like fireworks. The wheels kiss asphalt. Once, twice. The fuselage shrieks as metal grinds against concrete. Sparks shower from the belly. They skid for what feels like eternity and stop. 164 people. Zero casualties. The cabin erupts in applause, sobs, prayers. The co-pilot collapses forward, head in his hands. Derek sits perfectly still, his heart finally allowed to race now that the moment has passed. The radio crackles one last time. Ghost! Welcome back to the sky, sir. And thank you for showing us what it really means to fly. 15 years after his last combat mission, Captain Derek Mason proved that some call signs are earned forever. Not through medals or rank, but through the quiet courage of bringing everyone home. No matter the cost. What's the most incredible act of skill you've ever witnessed? Drop it in the comments.